Imagine a fish farming system that's not only sustainable, but also turns waste into food. Sounds like magic, right? Well, it's called a biofloc system. Today, we are going to talk about the biofloc system, but first, let's know the definition of what a biofloc system means. A biofloc system is a system that is cutting-edge method of fish farming where microorganisms like bacteria and algae work together to recycle waste into protein-rich food for the fish.
So it's a very clean technology. It's a scientific technology, scientific approach to aquaculture that can produce good quality fish sustainably and most importantly profitably. If you notice, it's also a very clean technology. As you stand here, you cannot even know that you are standing beside a tank. There is absolutely no smell because this is a very, very clean technology.
There are numerous benefits one gets from a biofloc system. That is, it reduces water usage by up to 90% compared to the traditional fish farming methods. It minimizes the need for expensive fish feed since the waste is being recycled and then you'll be getting zooplankton and then phytoplankton from it. It improves water quality by recirculating waste, and it deals with small species that makes it perfect for urban or backyard fish farming. Now let's talk about the science behind the biofloc system. The biofloc system is a system created with a balanced ecosystem, and then fish are raised in tanks or ponds with high stocking densities. As the fish eat and produce waste, ammonia levels in the water start to rise. That is where the magic happens. Beneficial bacteria and microorganisms grow in the water, feeding on the ammonia and converting it into protein-rich bioflocs. These bioflocs are likely tiny, nutrient-packed, and float in the water. The fish can then eat them, turning waste into food.
Firstly, why do we need such a system? With increasing human population across the world, we have started putting a lot of pressure on resources, mainly land, water, and even fish. So what that has resulted in is that we need a solution now, that in future can be able to produce fish. If you realize in the not so distant future, you will not be able to get fish from the oceans. You will be depending mainly on farmed fish. So this is a technology that we need to be able to address those issues, because this is a technology which does not require a lot of land. It does not require a lot of water, because we do not do a lot of water exchange in this system. And it produces good quality fish, high density intensive aquaculture system. So that is the reason why we need the technology. Now how this technology works is we prepare the water. We prepare the water in such a way that the waste from the fish or any uneaten feed, excess feed, is converted by the water in the system, assimilated or converted into what we call microbial protein. Now microbial protein is a single cell protein that is very high quality and that the fish can consume. So what that does is now it reduces your need to feed the fish extra, because they already have feed coming from the water itself. So that is how the technology works. So the first technical benefit that you get is efficient use of land and water, because within a small space you can produce a lot of fish. This technology gives you between 20 to 50 kilos of fish per cubic meter of water, depending on your level of expertise. So this is actually the solution that we need in Africa, because it is low cost, affordable, and it can be done in small units, and you don't need to invest massively to be able to achieve this. So with this technology you can actually put it in your backyard and you can get good produce. So you have been able to reduce your water usage and your land usage, because you don't keep changing water. The water remains inside for a long period. So that is one of the benefits that this system has. The second benefit that we get is improved survival rates. Okay. Now the way this technology is designed, okay, the main thing in this is management of water quality. Okay, so you have to manage your water quality properly. That is the main thing about this system. Now fish normally fall sick because of two reasons. One is when you have bad water quality, and secondly when you have pathogens coming into the system. This system also offers high level of biosecurity because it is a closed system, so not anybody will be able to come close to the tanks. So your chances of pathogens entering into the system are significantly reduced. Now the feed that is created, the microbial feed that is created in the water, also has immunity boosting properties for the fish. So when they take that feed, their immunity is automatically getting boosted. Okay, so that is one thing. Now the water parameters that we have to maintain in this system and make sure that they are optimal. When you do that, the fish will not fall sick. So when we look at the parameters, we are talking about ammonia, nitrate, nitrite, pH, temperature, dissolved oxygen, salinity, total suspended solids, total dissolved solids, turbidity, all those kind of parameters we have to maintain. However, the commercially viable size, the basic commercial viable size is a 4 meter diameter tank which can take 10,000 liters of water. Now in that tank, when you have learned and experience, you have experience in this technology, you can produce around 500 kilos of fish in one culture. Okay, so a tank like this, okay, can cost you 10,000 cedis to install. Okay, then if you look at your feed and your seed and your water and your power, okay, power that it consumes, the pump I have here is a 65 watt pump, which consumes less than an electric bulb that you used to use in the past, which was 100 watts. This is very small power consumption. So when you put all those together, okay, you spend around 8,000 in a year for your culture. So that is 18,000 in the first year. Now, because this is organic fish, live, high quality fish, it sells at a premium generally world over. Okay, so this fish you can sell between 45 to 50 cedis a kilo. And when you get 1 ton of fish, okay, and you sell it at that 45,000 cedis conservatively, you get 45,000 fish, 45,000 cedis. So from your 18,000 investment, you get 45,000 cedis. So it's a very profitable business in the tanks. Okay, so when you have the probes in the tank, the probes will automatically feed to us in real time the parameters. So you don't need to necessarily go to the tank and take parameters. So the probes will already be sending those feeds to us, and whenever we see something that is untoward, we will immediately step in. Feed for the fish. And just to let you know, when this fish produced babies, so we had small fingerlings, and we were actually feeding them this floc, exclusively feeding them the floc, and they are fine. So this is actually very good protein which can actually be harvested. You can harvest this protein, dry it, and it then becomes feed again for the fish. So if you can see, there's something settling here, that is the floc, that is the feed.